So way back in the day, we would kill women for being witches, right? But there's no such thing as a witch. But like the template for what a witch is basically just an empowered woman, right? So a bunch of misogynists got together and thought, hey, that like women are posing a threat to our like previously held social power. So that has a lot to do with like Europe being in a pretty bad place and the traditional power systems, which were largely patriarchal, failing most people. It also has to do with the fact that men were dying a lot younger than women. So often the oldest person alive in a village was a woman, and people really revered the wisdom of elders. So women were gathering a lot of social capital. So the way to combat that was to make it literally like illegal to be a woman. You couldn't not go to a church sermon that this guy was given. If anyone accused you of being a witch, you could be dragged out in the middle of town and tortured. And the torture was like extraordinarily invasive and sexual in nature. So it was basically a bunch of men getting together and doing horrible things to women, right? Use your imagination there. Just because they didn't like them, right? But it's all okay in the eyes of the village. Actually, like a common misconception is that this was some kind of sanctioned practice, but it was never really like a legal thing that was enforced. It was just something that people accepted. And that's the problem, is like if people believe something enough, they'll accept you doing really heinous things, especially if it's to a group of people that they already kind of want to hate. Right? So if you're scorned by a woman, you can accuse her of being a witch. You can watch her get dragged in the middle of town, stripped naked, and again, tortured in incredibly invasive and sexual ways. The movie The Witch does nothing to change that witch narrative. You still have to have carnal intercourse with the devil to become a witch. Witches still survive off the life force of men. They eat literal babies. They do that. They eat babies in the movie. Like, witches are scary and they work for the devil. And that is the underlying point of The Witch. Like, the scary thing of The Witch comes from this superstitious belief in the devil. And the empowerment comes from a woman embracing a life of sucking the life out of men and eating babies, which is exactly what the people that killed women for being witches believed. So if you brought one of them from the past and set them in front of this movie, they would see nothing wrong with it.